Welcome to the third-party Transformer News for Roto Robot Radio for the date of March 6, 2016. This week we're going to take a look at some of the latest announcements. First one is a figure from DX9 Toys called Twofold, and this is a Legends version of Cup. It's a pretty nice looking figure. Only criticisms I would have of it are that it seems to have 3mm hand holes and just uses a regular gun. I'd really rather see a 5mm hand holes and a target master. But size-wise, it does go nicely with the Legends Rodimus and the DX9 Speedo. A new company called EDT Toys showed off some renders and prototypes of a set of cassette tapes that they're coming out with. I'm told that they're still working on the names and decos for them, but here's the Scorpion, and then here's the Ultimos, here's the Snake. I think the Scorpion's supposed to be an Autobot and the Snake's supposed to be a Decepticon. They do fit nicely in the G1 and Masterpiece, Soundwave, and Blaster figures. I'd really like to see if they could work out some way of getting these guys to combine into some sort of combined form or weapon modes out of them. But it looks very promising. FansProject showed off some images of their upcoming Browning 2 figure, which is based on Generation 1 Highbrow and Gort. Hopefully this figure will be coming out soon, because we've already heard rumors from the Transmission podcast of a deluxe-sized Highbrow coming out in the Titans Return line. Here you can see him in his alternate mode, and it's looking pretty good. FansProject also, on the FP Core website, released quite a bit of character bios and story for their current and upcoming characters. I won't go into them in detail here, but basically all the Tranix Alpha and the Warbot series basically have fiction and bios on the website now, as well as stories for the Solaron collectible figures. Keith's Fantasy Club released a little surprise cassette the other day with this figure called Hemafrite, who is a black repaint and remold of their Haymaker figure. It actually has a new head on it, the head that's going to be used on the Bladeback version of Snarl that they announced quite a while ago, so hopefully we'll be seeing Bladeback coming in any time. Chinese company Kubanbo showed off some test shots of their Voyager-sized Masterpiece Optimus Prime. This is basically a downsized MP10. It stands about a half-inch taller than the classic Voyager Optimus Prime figure, and will contain quite a bit of die-cast. Hoping this one comes out in some different colors, because while I'm okay with the Optimus Prime that's already out, I wouldn't mind seeing this in a black deco or a shattered glass deco. Mastermind Creations showed off some of the head sculpts that were being put out for their Masterpiece-inspired figures, including one for their Grapple figure, which hasn't had the name announced yet, but should be coming out shortly, based on the design they used in their Inferno called Backdraft. Planet X showed off some prototype images of their upcoming Voyager-classed Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime, and they also have what appears to be a Voyager-classed Fall of Cybertron Seeker mold, which can be done as Starscream, Skywarp, or Thundercracker, and maybe with some remolding as Dirge and Ramjet, who all appeared in that video game. The alternate mode really stands out as quite exceptional compared to the Hasbro figure, and really makes it worthwhile if you like that design. Of course, Second Chance, who's the other company doing some Fall of Cybertron inspired designs, showed off a test shot of its Voyager-class Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. This is a bit more simple figure than the one from Planet X, but it's also looks like it's pretty solid and sturdy, and if you like a Fall of Cybertron Voyager-sized Optimus Prime, I'd wait to see what both of them look like before you pick one. Spark Toys showed off color image of their Alpha figure, which is their War Within inspired ultra-classed Optimus Prime figure. This is a bit big for my taste, but not horrible. It's just slightly shorter than Masterpiece Grimlock, so that's why I called it about ultra class. And the alternate mode looks real nice. I wouldn't mind seeing the trailer done on this, because the War Within Optimus Prime actually did have a trailer that no one ever seems to make in toy form. I'd be happy to see if they did some other figures. I know they announced a Megatron, but if they could do the whole set of Dinobots or any of the combiners in this form, that would be great. Chinese company Jiang showed off some alternate decos for their MPP-10 oversized MP-10 figure. This one here is the black deco that can be used as Convoy Black or as Nemesis Prime. Here you can see him in his alternate mode. And this is a bit of an oversized version of MP-10, so I'm not really interested in that, but some people are. And then also, Jiang showed off a Ultra Magnus deco of the figure. X-Transbots showed off the prototype of their upcoming Inferno-inspired figure, Dante, who is a bit bigger than the Mastermind Creations and the Maki Toys versions of Inferno, which some people think that that's a better fit for the alternate mode, even though the animation showed him being quite a bit shorter than Optimus Prime usually. And here you can see him in alternate mode, and they really filled out that vehicle nicely. It has quite a large ladder and good size on this one. I like it because it works good in a classics collection for me when you want alternate modes to have a bit more say in how big the figures are instead of just going with the animation model. And that's a really impressive ladder. So, what announcements did you think were the best ones so far this week? And the question I'd like answered this week in the comments section is, if Spark Toys does other War Within inspired figures, which one would you like to see done first? This week's news brought to you from the pages of tformers.com and TFW 2005. News read by Matthew Ignash. Stop by wikialpha.org to read more about third-party Transformers. Check out the Facebook page of the third-party TF Crashers. And then come on by the Retro Robot Radio YouTube channel and subscribe.